Fox Business Alert, the oil, gas, and green energy sectors are all assessing the implications at this hour of a major change to air pollution regulations. Yesterday, nearly 17 years after the EPA declared that greenhouse gases, including carbon dioxide, threaten public health, the Trump administration moved to rescind the 2009 endangerment finding, as it's called, which basically set a legal foundation for a wide range of greenhouse gas emission curbs and rules. The change is a big deal for check-all-the-boxes energy company Enbridge, which not only moves about 30% of all the oil produced in North America and some 20% of the natural gas consumed in the U.S., but also has renewable energy projects. The stock is spiking to a record high. Right now, it's up 4% to $53.91. Then you bring the data center picture into the world here, right? It's driving unprecedented energy demand. So will lighter regulation add rocket fuel to companies like Enbridge or render 17 years of investing in clean air compliance somewhat useless? Let's get the story from somebody who's dealing with all of it. Joining me now, Enbridge President and CEO Greg Ebel. He's here in a Fox Business exclusive. Let's just get right off the bat how you view the new change, Greg.
Yeah, well, hello, Liz, and thanks for having me. Look, anything that helps keep clarity and create clarity around energy infrastructure is important, right? So I think historically you've seen executive orders and things like that. I think this change pushes it back to the legislative branch so that laws are followed to both their spirit and their rule. And that creates consistency, and that gives me confidence as an allocator of capital and our investors to invest in all forms of energy. And that's exactly how we've set up the company, so that we can invest in gas pipelines and oil pipelines and renewable energy, because let's face it, we need it. It's critical to affordability. So, I'm sure there'll be legislative challenges or legal challenges to this, but I think it's a step in the right direction to try to create some consistency in energy policy and siting, et cetera, right across the country.
Well, that has been the issue. Consistency. It depends on which administration is in the White House, because obviously everybody has different programs and different focuses and different goals. We know that the Biden administration really pushed green energy, so everybody scrambled to start making electric vehicles and going green. And then here comes Trump, who says that wind energy is dumb. Those are his words. You're in all of it, though. So tell me which parts you think will really benefit from the new change.
Well, I actually think all of it is going to benefit, because, again, I go back to we need it all, right? So today, and in the last year, we have added some $14 billion to our backlog of projects, reaching $39 billion of growth. And that involves oil pipelines, gas pipelines, as well as wind and solar. We announced some today. The Mag 7, the Metas, the Amazons, they're our customers. So are the Exxons. And so are some 7 million direct consumers right across North America for us. So I think it's going to help all of those areas. You see that. You see that in our growth backlog. You see that in the growth of the industry. And frankly, the number one benefit here is for consumers, because you're in the Northeast. You just had some cold weather, and the price of natural gas in New York City and in Boston in recent weeks has hit $50 to $100 a thousand cubic feet for a product that should be more like $3 to $5, and is where you have energy infrastructure. That price of natural gas also drives the price of electricity. It doesn't matter if it's solar or if it's wind or if it's gas generation. All of it gets priced basically on the price of natural gas. So I think it's a win all the way around. And again, I'm all for consistency. We're in 43 states, 8 provinces, 5 countries. Governments come and go and are of different stripes, but I can tell you they all have one thing in common. They want their citizens, they want their businesses to be able to have affordable energy.
Yeah.
Frankly, that's what we do.
Greg, you just a few minutes ago brought up the hyperscalers. They are on pace to spend $660 billion this year, ramping up data center build-out and infrastructure. You then said the Metas of the world. I know you have a partnership with Meta. When you talk to the Metas or anybody who needs your help in building out a grid near a data center, what are their priorities? Do they say it's got to be natural gas, or heck, just do what you have to do to make it happen? It could be fossil fuels, it could be solar, because I know you're building out this cowboy project in solar. So tell me exactly what their priorities are.
Well, their number one priority is speed, right? As you know, it's an arms race out there on the AI data center side, and so it depends on which region we're in. Sometimes we're building gas infrastructure for the Googles and the Metas, and sometimes we're building solar, as the one you pointed out in Wyoming, the Cowboy project, which also will have a battery aspect to it. So it's not so much the color of the electron; it's the fact that they need the electron. So yeah, people have corporate interests as well, but first and foremost, get me that power, because I can't win the arms race on data center and AI front if I haven't got the power and the energy.
Let's talk about tariffs really quickly, because when you build out these pipelines and you build out your infrastructure, you're using steel, you're using aluminum, you're using all kinds of materials, some of which come from out of the country. You are based in Calgary, which of course is in Canada. Right now you're in Houston, but can you give me a sense of how tariffs have affected your pricing?
Yeah, so to date, it hasn't been too bad. Obviously, we've been building these projects for a few years, so a lot of the tariff items that you'd be thinking of now, we'd already locked in. We also source domestically. Obviously, a lot of our steel and the pipe that we get is sourced domestically in the United States. Or in Canada, depending on where we're building. And then for things like solar panels, we frankly pushed those costs back on the suppliers if they're not domestic. So that doesn't flow through to the consumer. And obviously, we love to buy domestic. You know, we've got people all over the country, and we're serving those communities. So we want vibrant communities here in North America that can use our energy and help us project that North American energy dominance.
Solar. People think that this is a coastal thing, New York, California. I was just flying to Idaho. I was looking out the plane window. I think we were right smack over the middle of the country. And there were so many solar farms. I could see them. I could see wind turbines. It was really interesting to me because there is that perception. Where are your biggest projects right now in renewables?
Well, the two that we just announced today, Wyoming would be the big solar project, and we did announce a wind project in Amarillo, Texas, which you know, you don't have to be a rocket science to figure out those are generally red states, which some people say aren't interested in this. But I think it goes back to all the states are interested in all the above. You need lots of land for those unconventional renewable sources, right? So the Wyomings and Texas work. They don't work as well in New York. As you know, you're trying to do some of that offshore, and that hasn't worked out as well. So frankly, in places like New York and New Jersey, you'd be better off building natural gas pipelines for your people there. So it just depends on you know, how much space and land that you have, and sure, some of the politics, I guess, locally. But again, it comes back to what's it going to cost and what's it going to mean for the consumer.
Greg, new barrels of oil coming in from Venezuela. Just yesterday, we were at a Chevron plant. Lauren Simonetti, one of our reporters, was watching those first barrels coming in from Venezuela being refined. How does that change the calculus for a company like you when it comes to the North American pipelines that you're dealing with?
Right. So we move about 3.5 million barrels a day from Canada into, say, the Great Lakes region and then ultimately to the Gulf Coast. Today, Venezuela produces 900,000 barrels. Maybe they can take that up to another 400,000 or 500,000 barrels over the next couple of years. That's just additive to the opportunity on the Gulf Coast. We see Canadian barrels continuing to come down. We're advancing projects now. May even see exports of Canadian heavy crude off the Gulf Coast of the United States happening faster, as well as bring in from Venezuela. So again, it's this issue of addition and abundancy that serves all players. That serves infrastructure, and again, I'll go back to the consumer. It serves great customers like Chevron of ours. There's plenty of room on the Gulf Coast for opportunity for more oil to come in and be utilized, and then either used domestically or exported. And we'd be the largest exporter of crude out of the United States, which allows us to project energy power, right?
You watching Landman, my new favorite show?
Yeah, I've definitely watched Landman. It's a lot of great entertainment. It's not exactly how we run from a safety perspective, but great entertainment.
I bet.
And kind of fun. Great.
Well, heck, it's Hollywood or Midland, Texas, any way you slice it. Good to see you, Greg. Thank you for